thought he was just committed to the role, that he was method acting. But when I tried to pull the zipper down, it didn't move.
Come on.
Instead, blood seeped out.
It's stuck.
The suit wasn't fabric anymore.
Open. Oh, God.
It was his skin.
My name is Rahul. In 1998, I was the head of the costume department at FunLand Park. Our main attraction was Mr. Giggles, a 7-foot-tall, bright yellow rabbit. It was a heavy, suffocating thing to wear, so we hired a new guy, Vikram, to handle the summer shift. Vikram was quiet, a bit odd, but obsessed with doing a good job. The first week was standard. Vikram would suit up, entertain the kids, and come back exhausted. But by the second week, things started to change.
The heat wave hit us hard, nearly 104 degrees. Protocol stated the mascot had to take a hydration break every 2 hours. But Vikram stopped coming back. I'd call him for lunch, and he would just shake that massive artificial head and walk back toward the crowds. On the third day, I noticed the smell. It wasn't body odor. It was something rancid, like old copper and rotting meat left in the sun. I cornered him near the break room. "Vikram, you need to take that thing off. We need to wash it." He spoke from inside the suit, but his voice was wrong. It sounded muffled, wet, like he was drowning. "It is stuck."
On the fourth day, management stormed in. Parents were complaining. They said red water was leaking from Mr. Giggles' suit, staining the kids' clothes. Furious, I marched into the changing room. Vikram was sitting in the dark, shivering violently. "Vikram, that is it. Get out of that suit now," I yelled. I grabbed him by the shoulder and spun him around to find the zipper on the back. My heart stopped. There was no zipper. Where the metal slide should have been, there was only swollen, purple flesh. The yellow fur had melted into his back. The fabric and the skin had fused together. I touched it. It was hot, feverishly hot. Vikram turned his head. The mascot mask, usually a rigid smile, looked different. It looked soft. Through the mesh eye holes, I should have seen Vikram's human eyes, but there was only darkness and that terrible smell.
"Help me," he groaned. The sound didn't come from a human throat. It sounded like fluid bubbling in a drain. I watched in horror as the mascot's mouth began to move, not mechanically, organically. Inside the plastic beak, I saw human teeth pushing through, rearranging themselves. Vikram's jaw was breaking, snapping to fit the shape of the suit. I grabbed a pair of industrial scissors. "Stay still, I'm going to cut you out." I jammed the scissors into the suit's arm and snipped. Vikram screamed, a sound that was half human, half animal. I pulled the fabric back. There was no cotton stuffing inside. It was raw muscle. I hadn't cut the suit. I had cut him. The suit was his body now. Suddenly, the overhead bulb flickered and burst. Darkness filled the room. Vikram stood up. He looked taller now, maybe 8 feet. The sound of bones crunching and snapping echoed off the tiled walls. Crack, snap, squelch. His anatomy was stretching to fill the empty space of the mascot. He turned toward me. The face of Mr. Giggles was no longer a mask. It was a wet, leathery face that blinked. He raised a hand. The fingers had fused into a giant yellow paw with sharp bone protrusions. "I am still hungry," the thing rasped. I didn't wait. I ran out, slammed the steel door, and locked the deadbolt. From the other side, something slammed against the metal. It wasn't a human banging. It was a force that made the steel frame groan and bend.
By the time the police arrived, the changing room was empty. The steel door had been torn off its hinges. Vikram was gone. But on the floor, in a pool of dark fluid, they found one thing: a human eye. It had hardened and looked exactly like a plastic button. I don't work there anymore, but sometimes, late at night, I hear scratching in the walls of my own house, and I wonder, did he really leave the park, or is he just looking for a new audience?
Police report 902. The FunLand Park was permanently closed following the disappearance. The owner was found dead weeks later, with a note that simply read, "We didn't put him in the suit. We fed him to it."
In their stories, but the darkness has only just begun.